Kira had always felt like she was different. As an orphan in the bustling city of Arathia, she had always felt like she didn't quite belong. But she had never imagined just how different she truly was until the day she found the amulet. It was a warm summer day, and Kira had been wandering the city streets, lost in thought as she often was. As she passed a curious little shop tucked away in an alleyway, something caught her eye in the window. It was a gleaming golden amulet, its surface etched with intricate symbols and patterns that seemed to shimmer in the sunlight. Without really knowing why, Kira went inside and asked to see the amulet. The shopkeeper, an elderly man with a kindly face, seemed to recognize her immediately. "Ah, the amulet," he said, his voice gentle and wise. "I have been waiting for someone like you to come along." Kira didn't understand what he meant, but as soon as she took the amulet in her hand, she felt a strange energy surge through her body. It was like a jolt of electricity, and for a moment she felt dizzy and disoriented, but then, just as suddenly, the feeling passed, and Kira knew that something had changed. The old shopkeeper explained that the amulet was a powerful artifact, imbued with ancient magic that had been lost for centuries. It was said to be the key to unlocking the true potential of a mage, allowing them to access powers beyond their wildest dreams. And it seemed that Kira was the one who had been chosen to wield it. Over the coming weeks and months, Kira learned to harness the power of the amulet. She discovered that she had a natural aptitude for magic and that the amulet amplified her abilities to incredible levels. With the amulet's help, she could conjure fireballs, create illusions, and even teleport short distances. But as Kira's powers grew, so too did her understanding of the world around her. She began to realize that there was a dark force at work in Arathia, something that threatened the very fabric of reality. It was an ancient evil that had been sealed away long ago, but was now stirring once again, hungry for power and destruction. Kira knew that she was the only one who could stop it, but she also knew that she couldn't do it alone. And so she set out on a quest to find allies, gathering a motley crew of companions as she traveled through Arathia's many kingdoms. There was Taryn, a rogue thief with a quick wit and a sharp tongue, who had a knack for getting into trouble, but always managed to find his way out again. There was Nyla, a cyborg warrior with a tragic past, who had been created in a laboratory and longed for the freedom to choose her own destiny. And there was Aaron, a shape-shifting druid who could communicate with animals and had a deep connection to the natural world. Together, Kira and her friends traveled through enchanted forests, treacherous mountains, and dark dungeons, facing dangerous monsters and rival factions at every turn. They battled trolls and goblins, outwitted witches and sorcerers, and even made peace with a dragon who had been terrorizing a nearby village. Along the way, Kira discovered new powers and secrets about her family's legacy. She learned that her parents had been powerful mages themselves, who had fought against the same ancient evil that now threatened the world, and she realized that she was not alone in her quest, but was part of a long line of heroes who had been chosen to defend Arathia. But as they closed in on their goal, the group began to face greater challenges. The ancient evil they sought to defeat was far more powerful than they had anticipated, and it seemed as though their every move was being watched by malevolent forces. As they journeyed deeper into the heart of the enemy's stronghold, Kira and her friends were beset by wave after wave of dark magic and deadly traps. They fought bravely, but it seemed as though they were always just one step behind their foe. Despite the odds against them, Kira refused to give up. She knew that the fate of Arathia rested on her shoulders, and she was determined to see the mission through to the end. And so it was that, in a final showdown with the ancient evil, Kira and her friends faced their greatest challenge yet. The battle was long and grueling, with magic and steel clashing in a cacophony of noise and light. But ultimately, Kira emerged victorious. With a burst of magic that seemed to shake the very foundations of the earth, she unleashed a devastating attack that banished the ancient evil back into the shadows from whence it had come. As the dust settled and the world began to right itself once more, Kira looked around at her companions. They were battered and bruised, but alive. And in that moment, Kira knew that she had found something that was even more precious than the power of magic: true friendship. Together, Kira and her friends returned to Arathia as heroes. They were hailed as saviors, and the people of the land rejoiced at their victory over the ancient evil. But for Kira, the journey was not yet over. She knew that there would always be more challenges to face, more battles to fight. And she also knew that with the power of the amulet at her side, she would always be ready to rise to the occasion. As she looked out over the vast expanse of Arathia, Kira felt a sense of purpose that she had never felt before. She was no longer just a lost orphan, wandering the streets of the city. She was a hero, a mage, a protector of the realm. And with that knowledge, Kira knew that she was ready for whatever challenges the future might hold. For in her heart, she knew that the power of magic was not just a tool to be wielded, but a force for good that could change the world for the better. Thanks for joining us on Tales Beyond Time. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Until next time, keep exploring beyond time.